Welcome to the UCNJ Libraries tutorial. Where can I find articles on nursing topics? When you're looking for nursing articles, think databases. It doesn't matter whether you're a student in the practical nursing program, a registered nursing student, or a professor teaching nursing courses. The UCNJ Libraries have a suite of databases devoted entirely to health information, and several that specifically cover nursing. In this short video, we'll look at how to get to the Health Databases page, and though there are several very good databases useful for nursing research, because this is a brief video, we'll explore just one. Accessing the library's databases starts from our home page, and that's the address you see in the upper left-hand corner. Clicking the word Databases goes to a page that lists all the databases the UCNJ Library subscribe to. Since that's more than 88 databases, it can be difficult to know which are the best for nursing. That's why we created a subject drop-down menu. There, you'll see broad subject categories listed in alphabetical order. When we scroll down, we'll see an entry for health and the number 22 after it. That means there are 22 different health-oriented databases. As I mentioned before, there are multiple health databases, but for the purposes of this session, we're going to just focus on one database, and we're going to roll down on the screen and go to CINAHL Complete. An important point to remember: if you're accessing the database or databases when you are off campus, you're going to be required to log in with your full UCNJ email address and password. All right, let's take a look at CINAHL Complete. Click the link to CINAHL Complete. We landed on the basic search page, but we're going to go directly to advanced searching. And the reason is, advanced searching makes searching easier and more productive. In advanced searching, you can customize your search before you send it. Customizing means setting limiters, and by limiting, we can retrieve the kinds of articles we want. Let's consider a few limiters that are helpful in the health sciences. Time frame is important, and typically that means using a 5-year window. So we can set a date limiter for a 5-year range. If we come over here to the publication date, you'll see that it lists month, start year, end month, and end year. Don't worry about putting the month in. You can just put the year in. And so using a 5-year window, that would make it 2019, and the end year is going to make it 2024. Your professor may also want an author to be a nurse, maybe the first nurse, and we'll click that. Sometimes they don't mind if it's any author that's a nurse, but we'll stick with first nurse as author. Another limiter we're going to want to set is a geographic subset, which we see over here. And the reason for that is because you're being educated in a U.S. nursing program, so typically your professor is going to want you to use sources that are published only in the United States, so we can set that limiter. Now there are other limiters that we can set, but for now, let's just focus on author as nurse, date range, and geography. Now that we've set our limiters, let's come back to the top and put in a search term. And in this case, let's suppose we were looking for information on pressure ulcers. So we'll put that search term in. It's in the search box. Let's click search. Now it's conducting the search, and we see that actually there are 202 results that we've retrieved. So if we roll down, we're going to see that our limiters are indicated on the left-hand side. Our date range is set, the first author is a nurse, and we're limiting to the geographic subset of the United States. Now, sometimes it's very difficult to tell from the title of an article whether that article is going to be useful to you. So what you want to do always is to click on the article link to go into the citation and evaluate or assess the citation to see if it's going to be useful to you. So I'm just going to roll down a little bit on this screen, and let's take a look at this third one, reducing hospital-acquired pressure injuries through use of a skin bundle. So it sounds sort of good, but we still cannot make that determination. So let's click on this, and this is what the interface is going to look like. We're going to see the title of the article, Reducing Hospital-Acquired Pressure Injuries Through Use of a Skin Bundle. We see the authors. We also see what the author affiliations are. So these are authors from Alabama, Idaho, and again, Alabama. We know that our source is MedSurg Nursing. It's definitely within our 5-year range, and we see that it's 2023. The major subjects that this article is dealing with are pressure ulcers. Looking at the major subject field is very useful because it allows us to know definitely that this is hitting on what we needed to do. Now, what we can also see is that in the journal subset field, because we set that limiter for the United States, it's reinforcing that it's within the United States. Now, if we roll back up, we can see where it says full text, and if we click on full text, it will bring us to the full article, the full text of the article. And here it is on the left-hand side. If we click PDF full text, it's going to load to the article itself. And here it is. So if we wanted to copy this article by printing or email it to ourselves, we can do that. Now, if we wanted to do that, on the right-hand side of the screen, we'll see a printer, and we'll also see an envelope that would allow us to email. Now, it's important to know what citation style you're using because you're going to want to include a citation to this. So let's imagine, okay, I want to email this to myself. Now, I know I'm going to imagine that I'm a student in the practical nursing program, and I know that we are using APA. So if I go here and type in APA 7th, there it is. All I would have to do is come up here where it says email and where it says email to, put my entire email address in. Now, the thing about citation, whether or not you're printing it out or you're emailing to yourself, it's a good news, bad news situation because typically you're going to get all the information you need for a citation. Good news. Bad news, sometimes the information is not completely accurate. So it falls to you as the researcher to be able to check to make sure that the citation is done correctly. Fortunately, you're able to do that because the libraries have a citation help page. And if you click on that link, it brings you to the citation help page. All the different citation styles are listed here, and you would be able, if we clicked on the tab for APA format, to take a look up, again, there are examples, there are sample sheets that you can take a look at, sample papers, and even just sample reference guides that will allow you very quickly to see, oh, if I use the journal article, this is how I do it. We're going to end the tutorial here, but with a reminder that if you need help, we have a chat service. You can always send your question on the chat service, even if we're not online. If it happens to be in the middle of the night and you wake up and you have a question, you can absolutely send your question. The important part of that piece is that if you do send it overnight, please be sure to include your email address. Otherwise, we will not have a way to get back in touch with you when we are back online. You can also call the libraries at each campus, Cranford, Elizabeth, and Plainfield. We'll be happy to speak with you on the phone. And finally, we have an email address, and you can send us email, and we'll get back to you there. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a great semester, and be well.